I don't think my 1983 C10 wheels are supposed to be doing this. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. So, we finna get the wheels off. We finna pull all the suspension stuff off. We finna see what's going on with it. So y'all stay tuned. Quick, if you want to help out anybody, these Milwaukee guns like this is the biggest one that they got. This is the big one. I think they might have just came out with a newer version of this, but this gun with the battery is about $500, but I feel like it's well worth it, man. It hasn't been much that I was trying to take off that it couldn't get off. It is worth it. I'm gonna try to find this on Amazon, man, and link it in the description for y'all. I'm gonna even link some of the other little Milwaukee little tools I got. I'm gonna link them in the description, man, because these, if you don't have an air compressor, even if you do have an air compressor, you gotta wait on that air to build up. And if you got this bad boy, look at it. Look at that torque. You got this bad boy, you're in the game. Anyway, man, back to the video. Finna continue breaking this thing down. I'm gonna bring y'all in here to let y'all see what we got. And yeah, man. All right, man, so as long as I've had this truck, I've never did anything to it. I did do I know it don't look like it, but these are move control arms. Everything from here back, I mean everything that goes across is moved, but I've never did anything to the control arms. Never did the ball joints, never did the shocks on the front or the back. So what I'm gonna do now, since I got so much looseness in it, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and I got rotors over here. Then they got a little rusty. Y'all can see them right there. Then they got a little rusty. But I'm gonna take a little sandpaper and sand that little rust off of them. And I'm gonna do a drop on this thing eventually with the springs. But I haven't actually started on Iron Man yet. Once I actually start on Iron Man for the full restoration, these are coming off, and I want to go with QA1s, upper and lower control arms. It'll really be nice to go with that whole front system where I could run a rack and pinion, man. So that's the real plan. But other than that, the plan is really to go with like a coilover setup and drop this thing and do coilovers in the front and back to really get this thing to a good ride. So, but for now, I'm gonna just get some little Monroe shocks off of Amazon. Eventually we're gonna come back in and cut that spring and, you know, drop it a few inches. I saw a video on how to do it on a budget, so I'm gonna do that. And then eventually we're gonna drop it front and back, couple inches. We're gonna leave these rallies on here, but eventually this truck is gonna end up on, I don't know if I want to say rims or whatever, but not necessarily rims. They won't be bigger than 20s or 22s. They're not gonna be like big, tucked in the whole thing. Cause I still want this truck to perform, and I still want to be able to drive it, you know, as I please without worrying about tires. But as y'all can see, man, those bushings and things in there are just woe out bad. I think the other side is a lot worse. I don't know if y'all can see that bushing deep in there. Probably not. Let's see if I can get y'all in here for it. Bushing it now bad, man. Rotors look not horrible. They still actually rotate pretty good. Still rotate pretty good. These brakes are fairly new, but I may go ahead and replace them while I got it off. I don't know if I'm gonna replace the calipers right now. Not sure about those, but all these ball joints and bushings and things are gonna be replaced. I got to still get this little rubber, I guess you can say bump stop piece for that piece. Other side, we'll jump to the other side, we'll take a look at it. Alright, man, taking a look at the other side, pretty much all the same. like I said, I think this side may be a little bit worse, maybe. If you look like right there, you see how bad that one is gone. That side is pretty much gone right there. So this side is definitely worse than the other side. The rotor on this side looks horrible, man. And this side right here barely wants to move. This could be something holding Iron Man back too. I'm just discovering stuff now. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's definitely holding Iron Man back. Oh yeah, we gonna test this thing on the Dragon when I fix this. Look at this. Look at that. We're gonna figure out why that's dragging like that before I put this back together. But we finna start taking these control arms off. I gotta get my jack to jack this thing up because I know that spring will knock you out. Like LL Cool J mama said, knock you out. That spring will do it to you, buddy. But anyway, man, we finna start getting this stuff off. This is gonna be a couple part series, so all I can say is y'all just stay tuned for it. It's gonna be a long video, but Iron Man gonna ride totally different when we finish. So y'all stay tuned. Checking in. Alright, I'm gonna show y'all where we at. It's been working. Got that off. Now it's just time for the control arms to come off. Control arms come off, clean them up. Put the little bushings and stuff in them. Other side is also off. Other side is off. Just gotta take the control arms off on this side too. So yeah, man, that's where we at. I'm finna take this thing, and I gotta remember these little spacers. I'll show y'all if I can show y'all. But up in there, y'all can't see. I can't show y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can brighten it up. Alright, so there's some spacers up in there. Y'all can see them. I gotta, keep the same amount of spacers when I put it back on. So we finna run these off, man, and then the takedown process will be done. Then it'll be ordering parts and waiting on stuff to come in. But yeah, y'all stay tuned, man. Get these off and start getting them cleaned up. gonna clean up this little piece, at least right here where I got to go back on that. I'm gonna take it and all that, man. Y'all see all that? Years of grime. And I'm gonna clean up in there where the lower control arm has the bolt back on right there, and on this side. So I'm gonna clean this up the best I can, but like I said, this truck still got to go through restoration, so I ain't trying to make nothing perfect, but just, you know, good enough, because I plan on taking all this off anyway, because like I said, at some point I want to go coilovers and take this off, take this box off, steering box, and go with a rack and pinion, just so I can have a better driving design. But right now my pockets won't let me do it, so we're gonna fix this for now. We're gonna go over to the other side and show y'all. Checking in on this other side. Same old deal. Everything off. I'm gonna take the springs, clean them up, paint them, but eventually I'm gonna cut them. Eventually I'm gonna cut the springs, and I'm gonna do a budget drop on it. But until then, we just gonna put it back at stock height, and we're gonna get to it, man. I'm gonna show y'all the control arms, and in the next video we're gonna clean them up. We're gonna clean the springs up. But y'all hold tight. All right, man. Got the control arms off. Both of the uppers, both of the lowers. Clean them up. We're gonna go with some new shocks. I'm gonna pull these off. As y'all can see, these were done. Look at that. I can push these. These were toast. At least that side was. Let's see about this other side. Yep, toast. Both sides were toast. So we're gonna get everything we need. All the little rubber things. All this. I already got all the ball joints for it already. These are already out. I just need to clean that up. I know y'all can see all that grime on there, man. Paint them up, throw them back on. Got everything off. I got to order some degreaser. I gotta order some degreaser, man. Clean all this stuff up, spray all this stuff up. Probably end up pulling out the pressure washer to get this thing nice and cleaned up. And yeah, pull out the pressure washer, clean all this up, all that up under there the best I can. Mostly concerned with sides and where anything I gotta put bolts and stuff back, mostly gonna be the concern. I do got new rotors, like I said, but I may put it back together, and then I may pull the rotors off after I put the whole thing back together, and then I'm gonna order. Probably ride around like that for a while, to be honest, while I make some other changes in the rear end and the transmission. And we gonna buy some other shocks, some more expensive shocks, and we gonna drop this thing. I'm thinking like 4.6, 4 inches in the 4 inches in the back. Yeah, 4 inches in the back, 6 inches in the front. No, 6 inches in the back, 4 inches in the front. So I think I want to do a 4.6 drop. I do want to try, once I do the rear end, I do want to try a radial on the back, see what happens. Once I really get this thing to where I trust it, to where I know the rear end and all that'll hold up, we probably gonna go to the track, start going down there on like Friday nights. Just, you know, I ain't gonna be able to beat nobody, but hey, we'll go down there, have some fun, just have some content, man. This thing just has some odds and ends that need to be straight. Drive shaft being one of them, which I fixed that. Front end was another big one, which we fixing that now. So once I do the rear end, then the transmission, rear end and the transmission and install, and maybe a better cam before I go down there to the track. Cause right now what I got, it ain't even worth it, man. 0 to 60 in 9 seconds. I mean, that ain't even worth me taking it down there. So once I can get that 0 to 60 down to about 5 seconds or less, That'll probably be when we'll try to make our way down there, man. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is just part 1, so stay tuned for part. May end up being about a 3-part series, 3-4-part series if I include the rotor job in it. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate all the support. Y'all like this video, subscribe, share it with somebody, man. PullsTv, gone.